For centuries, the King James Bible shaped Christian belief with its powerful language. But what if the very words that anchored faith were quietly changed? This is the story of how a few altered phrases transformed the doctrine of the Second Coming. Translation isn't just swapping words, it's shaping meaning, history, and belief. In 1881, the Revised Version sought greater accuracy, using new manuscripts and modern Greek scholarship. Their changes, though subtle, sent shockwaves through Christian eschatology. For generations, believers expected a dramatic, world-ending return of Christ. The King James painted a picture of cosmic intervention, but the new translations introduced nuance, opening doors to new interpretations. This wasn't just academic, it changed how people prayed, lived, and hoped. The promise of Christ's return is central to Christian faith. How it's described matters deeply. Did the revisers bring us closer to the original, or did their own beliefs shape a new path for millions? This is the question at the heart of our story. One of the most striking changes appears in Matthew 24. The King James asks, "What shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world?" For centuries, this meant a literal, catastrophic end. The Revised Version changes it. "What shall be the sign of thy coming and of the consummation of the age?" Suddenly, it's not the end of the planet, but the end of an era. The focus shifts from cosmic destruction to the close of a chapter in history. The Greek word aion can mean world or age. Context is everything. By choosing age, the revisers opened the door to preterism, the belief that most end times prophecies were fulfilled in the first century. The apocalypse moves from our future to their past. This single word choice redefines Christian expectation. Was Jesus predicting the end of the world or the end of the Jewish age? The answer changes everything. The drama of a future apocalypse becomes a reflection on history. The end did not mean the end of the world, but the end of a world. The translation shapes the very hope of believers. A subtle shift, but a seismic impact. Another crucial change centers on the word describing Christ's return. The King James speaks of the coming of Christ, a visible, dramatic event. The Revised Version introduces presence, translating the Greek parousia. Coming suggests a single, witnessed arrival. Presence implies an ongoing state. In Matthew 24 and 1 Thessalonians, the difference is profound. The reviser's choice hints that Christ's parousia might not be a future event, but a spiritual reality already begun. Imagine, the arrival of a king is his coming. His reign is his presence. By shifting from coming to presence, the focus moves from a future spectacle to a current, unseen reign. This aligns with the idea that Christ's presence began with the fall of Jerusalem in AD 70 and continues today. The second coming is no longer a distant hope, but a present reality. The entire Christian timeline is redrawn. Hope shifts from waiting for a king in the clouds to recognizing his presence now. The reviser's word choice transforms the doctrine at its core. Is the Christian hope about a future event or a present spiritual reality? The answer depends on a single word. The implications ripple through every page of the New Testament. The change is subtle, but the effect is revolutionary. The story of Christ's return is rewritten. These translation choices echo in Paul's letters. In 1 Thessalonians, parousia is rendered as coming or presence, creating ambiguity. Is Paul awaiting a future event or describing a current spiritual reality? In Titus, the King James speaks of the glorious appearing of Christ, a visible hope. The Revised Version's similar wording, when read through the new lens, can shift the meaning from a future event to a spiritual manifestation. The translation itself isn't radically different, but the context changes everything. The hope of a visible return becomes less certain. The meaning of Christian anticipation is destabilized. The words chosen shape the very nature of hope. Nowhere is the second coming more vivid than in Revelation. The King James declares, "Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him." The Revised Version keeps the wording, but the interpretive shift changes its meaning. If Christ's presence began in the first century, how could every eye see him? Some argue every eye refers to those in Judea, and the coming with clouds is symbolic of judgment. The apocalypse becomes a historical allegory, not a future event. Revelation is reimagined, not a roadmap for tomorrow, but a commentary on the past. The hope of future vindication is replaced by a spiritual kingdom already present. The urgency of "He is coming soon" fades. The book's promise is relocated from the future to the past. Why did the revisers make these choices? Scholars like Westcott and Hort, shaped by the intellectual climate of the 19th century, favored a more spiritual, less dramatic view of the kingdom. Their translations reflected this outlook, intentionally or not. Choosing age over world, presence over coming, was an act of interpretation. Their beliefs, conscious or not, steered the Bible toward a fulfilled eschatology. The result, a Bible that speaks differently about the future. Translation is never neutral. The words chosen shape the faith of generations. The impact is profound and lasting. A single word can change everything. The shift from end of the world to consummation of the age, and from coming to presence, was a theological earthquake. It offered two futures, a dramatic return of Christ, or a spiritual kingdom already present. The translation you read shapes your hope, your prayers, your view of destiny. This isn't just academic, it's deeply personal. Which vision is true? Did the revisers restore the original meaning, or did they reshape Christian hope? The story of the second coming is about more than the future. It's about the power of words to shape belief. Translation can change the world, or just the age. The choice is in the words before you.